Hi, I'm Jen Mulhern. I'm a member of Ascension Lutheran Church, and I'm here to guide you on the Monday of Holy Week in a meditation and movement, a couple of exercises. So the first few things we're going to do are related to self-compassion. It's a self-compassion exercise. So first I want you to think about something that is causing you anxiety or fear or stress. That could be emotional, it could be physical, it could be a combination of the two. I know for many of us, it's the current pandemic that we're all surviving through together, but maybe it's something different. So take a moment and just think to yourself. You could say it out loud, you could think it in your mind, of something that's causing you some stress. And you could do this with your eyes closed, your eyes open, whatever feels good. And while you're sitting in this chair, make sure you can feel your rear end sitting on the seat. You can feel your feet on the floor. You can lean back against your chair and let your chin just relax down towards your chest as you're sitting here and thinking about something that causes you a little bit of stress. We're not going to dwell on it. We're just acknowledging that fear, or that stress, or that anxiety, or that anger, or that hurt. And so once you've found that, think on it for a moment and notice where you feel it physically in your body. Maybe it's a bit of a headache, maybe it's in your chest, maybe it's your neck or shoulders, it could be your hips, it could be any part of your body. When you think of that feeling of stress or anger, where does it go to physically and how does it feel? And we're going to come back to that spot a little bit later. And so now that you've acknowledged what is bothering you, is worrying you, remember that we all suffer. It's part of being human. It's part of being a creature on earth. And Lent is a period of remembering that and focusing on that, our mortality. And suffering is part of life. But remember that we all suffer. Everyone suffers. And this is no better time than now with this pandemic to see that we are all suffering and literally all suffering one way or another together through this, but it is also something that unites us. So take a moment and think on that. You can close your eyes, relax back in your chair and think about finding a way to find some acceptance of suffering. We suffer, we all suffer together. Also leading up to Good Friday is Jesus' suffering, his suffering for us, his suffering on the cross. That suffering, we all suffer. And the last little step for the self-compassion part of the exercise for today is thinking of something you would say to someone who was suffering or who was injured. What would you say to a friend? What would you say to a child? It's okay. It's going to be all right. We're going to get through this. You're not alone. This too shall pass. So think of the things that you have said or might say to someone who is suffering. And you could say this out loud. You could say this just in your mind, silently. And I want you to direct those thoughts, those phrases to yourself. So feel free to close your eyes and think those thoughts or say those thoughts out loud to yourself. You can even place your hands on that part of your body where you feel physically your suffering. Wherever that is, that could be on your chest, it could be on your head, it could be on your stomach. Where do you feel that suffering, that anxiety? And place your hands so you can hold your hands there, feel the warmth of your hands. You can rub that spot a little bit as you say those phrases to yourself. Sort of giving yourself a hug, like you would give a friend a hug if they were suffering. So that's the self-compassion exercise. And the next thing I want to do is do a little reading. Pull up the reading. It is from Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And frequently this is something that's done at weddings, so you've probably all heard this passage multiple times. But when all these negative thoughts flood our minds, and the what ifs, and the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and whatever other negative thoughts come into your mind, it's great to acknowledge them. And then we're going to kind of switch it on ourselves and try to find the true things, the noble things, the beautiful things that we can think about. In this time of quarantine, what is the good that can come from this? It's springtime. What are the good things that come with springtime? And the ending of Lent and Holy Week and leading into Easter and Easter Day. What does that mean for us as Christians? So we're going to do a little breathing exercise. And on your breath in, you're going to fill your rib cage front and back and the sides of your rib cage, your belly. You're trying to fill your whole torso with air on your breath in through your nose, and you're going to try to breathe in all those happy thoughts, all those positive thoughts, all those good things that you can breathe in. And when you breathe out, you're going to exhale all the negative thoughts. And not only exhaling, just kind of setting them out, you're actually just send those thoughts to God. He's the one who can help us deal with what we're suffering through. So once again, breathing in the good thoughts and breathing out the negative thoughts. So take a deep breath in. Once again, you can sit back in your chair with your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Breathe in the good. And out the negative. Fill your rib cage with air. And let it all out. One more time. And now for the last part of our meditation and movement here on Holy Monday is a few little movements for the upper torso. Once again, you can just do this sitting in a chair. You're going to place your hands onto the back of your head. One hand is rested on top of the other, and point your elbows forward. You're going to take a deep breath in, point those elbows up towards the ceiling, and exhale. Let your chin drop forward, let your elbows point down towards your lap. And again, inhale. And exhale. And you could even do any of these movements with the breathing in the positive and exhaling the negative. One more. Now come back to sitting up tall. And now for 2 more exercises, you're going to have your elbows wide for this one. You're going to sit up tall. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, twist to the right. Breathe in, come to center. Breathe out, twist left. Inhale to center. Back to the right. Inhale to center. And see if you can grow taller as you twist. And then come to center. And as you breathe out, stretch up and over to the right, aiming the right, or up and over to the left, aiming the right elbow towards the ceiling. And come back to center, and up and over. All right, the last exercise. You're going to stretch up and over to the right, reaching your left elbow up towards the ceiling, and then come back to center. And up and over to the left, and come back to center. One more time. Last one. Come back up to center, relax your hands back down into your lap. And thank you for joining me for Monday of Holy Week, little meditation and movement.